Alright guys, Crazy Bob, and he did it again. If you look at my YouTube channel, you'll see that there's an AM digital tuner that I made. I'll put a link up to that. I decided, even though I don't listen to a lot of FM, I'm going to do an FM1. So here's an FM1 FM tuner. It's direct digital synthesis. Here's the chip, BCD inputs, phase lock loop crystal, and that's about it. It's A to D input. Here's the antenna feed. I'm using a little 6 or 10 dB preamp. I forget. I think that's 6 dB. Feeding the thing, and all it does is when it gets done doing all this digital thing, it goes from D to A, and we get some audio out over here. That's it. The rest we had to build, and today I'm just testing the modules to make sure everything works. I don't want to stuff it all into a chassis and not have it work. So let's go through it quickly. It's kind of hard to photograph these lighted things. But we have activity lights for the engineer. Now, if you're going to use this for a confidence monitor or proof of play or a DAC thing or something, you really need the idiot lights. You don't want to actually go in and listen and make sure you're still on the air. Anyhow, red is the FM carrier, and green is when the carrier has data on it. It's playing music now, so you can see it flashing once in a while. When the carrier goes open, no data, here comes the red. We've got a little audio amp. That'll do about a watt into 4 or 8 ohms. I'm going to change that to a 7 or 8 watt unit. We're measuring microvolts directly from the analog output of the before we get to the digital part of the circuit. That's calibrated on 50 microvolts coming in over here. Of course, with the preamp in, it's the actual station signal would be 82 minus 6 dB, so it would be about 41 microvolts. Double or half, how you look at it. I've got a rotary switch here that's wired as a BCD that'll give me 80 megs, 90 megs, or 100 megs into the programming of the firmware. And I built a little board with BCD switches, binary coded decimal 1 meg and 1/10 of a meg, which will display through a NOT converter, phase level shifter, I should say, inputs and outputs. So a low here will give me a high here, and that'll run the displays. And as you can see, I'm over here at 90 megs on the rotary, picking that band. There's, the 3 bands of the FM dial, 80, 90, and 100. And we're at 99.1. Here's the audio, which you can see being displayed on the idiot lights for the engineer. I'm gonna move the frequency 92, 99.5. .9. So there you are. Now this whole thing has to go into a chassis, but I want to make sure all the modules are working correctly first. It's got to be a labor of love, because like I said, I really don't listen to a lot of FM, but they're going to be like brother and sister, one rack unit stacked chassis. So I'm going to put the link up. When this is done, you'll see phase 2 of this project. When let's just do one more. let's do 92.1. This is my favorite. This is 92, as you can see the decimal point here. .1. My favorite oldie station over on Long Island, WLNG, where my friend Mark Edwards runs a Saturday night sock hop from 8 to midnight on Saturday nights. Great. It's worth listening to. It's a terrific show. So that's it. We'll have more as soon as this gets all stuffed into a chassis. Here's the mess. There's a lot of clip leads, but you do want to make sure the modules work before you stick them all in a chassis. It gets a little hard to work on them once they're all bolted down. There you go. Well, we'll talk to you soon. It's my website, www.bobsamerica.com, and my N1 KPR is my YouTube channel. November 1, Kilo Papa Romeo. Thanks for looking. We'll get back to you as soon as Crazy Bob gets his marbles back. Bye-bye.